Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear friends, I am Jeshua, I love you all deeply. I respect who you are, both your light and your dark sides. I call upon you, you who are the carriers of today's new consciousness. In my life, I carried a torch of light and wanted to share it with humanity. I was a very human being, just like you. I had anger and despair, just like you, but there also were moments of deep connection with my soul. I was growing on the inner level, just like you. It is important that you stop seeing me as a perfect being, a master high above you. I am your brother, your friend, and I am not here to judge or to preach. I want to share my feelings of companionship with you, so please feel my respect for you. I would like to say hello to you all, individually, please feel my presence in your heart. You are ready to change, ready to admit who you really are. You are an eternal being who has traveled throughout the universe for many, many lifetimes, but you have become used to making yourself small and to measuring yourself by the standards of society. You think of yourself as a woman or a man, rich or poor, healthy or sick, and you define yourself in those terms, but you are so much more than that. You are so free, and the biggest tragedy of becoming human in present-day society is that you lose your sense of freedom. For so many ages, Earth has been enshrouded in an atmosphere of fear, and people have become disconnected from their original power and creativity. When you feel separated from your own essence, you start to behave in the accepted manner and so you become out of balance. When you are disconnected from your soul, you basically feel lost, continually, and there is emptiness, a hole in your heart, which you then start to try to fill with things from outside you. You want to fill the hole with possessions or power, or you lose yourself in visions of a perfect romantic relationship, and so you may become addicted to specific kinds of behavior or things. But the basic problem is that you feel disconnected from your own essence, from your soul. A light worker is a person who can no longer bear to live separated from their soul. They feel a kind of longing, a kind of homesickness in their heart, and as they become more mature, they start to realize that nothing coming from outside can fill that hole, which is why light workers become very interested in spirituality. They become seekers on the spiritual path. They start their search because they feel wounded inside, but their wounds are not just their wounds. The wound of separation is shared by all humanity, although a large part of humanity is still seeking solutions outside themselves. Light worker souls are aware that the answer lies within, and because of that awareness they are meant to be teachers and healers, but a lot of light workers are struggling with a very low self-image. When they grow up as a child, they take in a lot of the judgments of their family and society. Maybe they feel they cannot be as ambitious as their parents would like them to be. They are often very sensitive and need to withdraw and to experience quiet times to remain centered. They are often idealistic and many of them have artistic talents. It is part of a light worker soul's mission to introduce a new kind of consciousness on Earth, but to be able to do that you need to firmly believe in yourself. You have to trust the voice of your own intuition and your feelings, not in an ego-based way, such as, I am farther ahead of other people, but in a heart-based way, by appreciating and respecting yourself, because that is how your heart can speak to you. The pitfall for many light workers is that they lose themselves in feelings of inferiority, dismissing their true needs and desires. You need a strong personality to be able to disconnect from society's ideas and to be yourself. And that is what I would like to emphasize today, the importance of being strong and self-aware, which is a message about the male energy inside you. When I was living on Earth over 2,000 years ago, I needed to often isolate myself in order to remember who I was. There were a lot of confusing energies around me, especially from the expectations of the people close to me. I needed to protect myself from that to remain connected to my higher self. Often, I would go to the desert alone to feel really close to God, to Spirit, and to keep my confidence. It is the same for you. You are inhabitants of two worlds. You have one foot in today's human society and the other foot in your soul's dimension, the realm you come from. You need to firmly keep your foot in that dimension, otherwise you become bogged down and fearful because of society's pressure. You need your male energy to firmly say no to demands and expectations that do not feel right for you. So, in that sense, you must be a warrior, although not a warrior who is fighting and struggling with other people. To be a warrior means to be true to yourself, to disconnect often from the world around you, and to listen to what you feel, to what you sense, to trust your inner guidance. I ask you to now travel with me in your imagination to the desert and to go there at night time. The temperature has cooled down and you see a sky above you full of brilliant stars. Imagine that you are there with me, and feel the mystery of the huge space around you, feel the mystery of life. You find a place to sit down and you relax and go inside yourself. The desert is like an external gateway to your own inner temple into which you now enter. Inside that temple you feel connected to the fullness of the earth and to all the stars in the heavens. You are such a great and vast being, and you tell yourself, I accept my greatness, I am different, I am here to bring in a new consciousness. Remember where you come from, a place of quiet wisdom from which you have been called to come down to earth at this time. You are here to heal your inner wounds and to also provide an example to other people. I ask you to take yourselves seriously. When you are inside your inner temple, there is a guide there who wants to offer you some help or advice. Remember, your guides are your friends really. You are very much soulmates, but because they are on the other side they see some things more clearly than you do with your human eyes. When you allow your guides to come closer, recognize them as your friends and feel a sense of familiarity. Now ask your guides what it is you need to know right now. If you feel upset, or down about something in your life, you can tell them. Feel that there is a lot of help and guidance from this side, from this dimension. You are so much appreciated for what you do, and your guides are there only to remind you of things that you already know. Before you descended to earth and incarnated in this body, you were a very aware being, so feel connected with your guides, for they are the representatives of the dimension of your soul. Now imagine you leave this temple and you bring its energy with you down to earth. As you are sitting here in this chair, in this room, allow the energy of your greater self, your soul, to be fully with you inside your body, and be aware that the world needs you, the world needs the particular energy of your soul. I would like to thank you for your courage and perseverance. I honor you deeply, and even if you feel confused, or you are in pain, I can still see your light shining brightly. I am here to remind you of that light and to convince you of my trust in you.